Yep. There we go.
Hello, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is the day that we get to talk to Coach Karen Fern all the way from Toronto, Canada. Our money mindset coach. Coach Karen always keeps us on point because, hey, look here, if you don't track your money, you won't even know you're making a profit in your business. So you want to know all about these different things that she's going to be talking about today. And we've been talking about how to get organized with Coach Karen for almost a month, right, Coach?
Yes, for the last 3 weeks.
Yep. So I want to give a shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and to all of you watching on the replay. And we're going to get this party started. So what is the topic today, Coach?
We're talking about habits that was formed. You don't have to be born with it, but you can form them. And we're looking for good habits because we went through the list of talking about getting organized, staying on track, and getting all that stuff done. And today we want to talk about, once they're formed, how to keep interaction with them. It's like anything else. If you're working out and you fully well, everybody know in their hearts that maybe I can only do 3 days a week. Then do 3 days a week. Some people really just 2, and then they move to 3. Whatever is your number, think about it really big, but then close it in and be so honest with yourself that it didn't matter who tell you what, you know in yourself, I can only work out 1 day a week. That's it. And then you build upon that to 2 and 3. I work out, and there's days when I just don't, but I work out 7 days a week in the mornings. And then Monday to Friday, I work out afternoon also. So I put myself on this journey. And I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. But I got days when I just don't because my body's telling me just rest. And I listen and I rest. So you have to understand this. When you form a habit, man, you are sad when you're not doing it. You find ways to make sure you get accomplished. And this goes for money too, right? This is everything that I speak on. It's never only centered around money. Money is the results from doing these things. Okay? Money is the results from doing these things. So think about it, right? If you're forming a habit, you have to be consistent. And you have to focus on what that specific habit is, right? So today I want to talk about practicing habits for 30 days. And the reason I wanted to practice and form this habit and practice it for 30 days is because it can give you some kind of strength in knowing that this is possible. This is possible. So let's talk about home. Let's talk about tidying up. Let's not talk about cleaning, just tidying up and getting organized in some areas. So if you pick a few areas, then you focus on those areas for the 30 days. That's it. Nothing else, just focus on those areas. Pay attention to what happened. You're also going to have to get out a journal, a notebook, something, and keep track of what's happening. This part is the most important part. Doing it is great, but keeping track is.
What are we tracking now? What we're tidying up? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, we're tracking whatever we're tidying up. I don't want you to see it as, I fixed the pantry. I want you to write about fixing the pantry. If it took you a week, be honest, write it down. Nobody is going to see this but you. What were you feeling when you're tidying up the pantry? What were you hoping for? What were you praying on? What are you wishing happened? Like all these things that happens. By the way, when you clean, tidy up, and do anything, if you allow yourself, a lot of different things happen. In the midst of this stuff happening, if you were, let's go to the person who is living paycheck to paycheck and is really trying to figure out how they're going to get some dollars in. While you're doing these kind of things, you get ideas. Write them down. It didn't matter. Brainstorm, get a part of the book and just dump everything there. Because in the midst of that, it's going to figure out something for you. How are you going to do it? Now, you might not have all the steps, but at least you'll figure it out. Tidying up, getting the place clean. I used to talk about it a lot in blog. Going in your kitchen and cooking a meal brings so much order to your life. It just makes you form this idea of what is possible. Now, I just want to let you know you're going to be afraid after it's formed. Let me just be clear. You're going to panic. And we think about panicking of, I don't, I'm set standing there and be afraid, but being afraid shows up differently for everybody and at different times. So you might be afraid, but you mightn't think that you're afraid because it doesn't show like if you jump or you see something in the dark afraid. That's not the afraid. The afraid part is you procrastinating, not getting to it, thinking somebody's gonna laugh at you, afraid to speak it into existence. All those are parts of being afraid that people sometimes don't even think about. That's you in the fear. And while you're in the fear and everything is happening to you, you can't see clearly.
Mm.
And you're worried. You're in there. But if you didn't give it the water, you don't know that you're afraid. You're just going through the motions. Now, here is why when you form that habit, it's great. You go and you do it every day, regardless of if you're feeling afraid, regardless of if you're worried, regardless of how silly it looks or feel, because you're in action. You're doing this one thing, whatever that thing is, or those 5 or 6 things that you decide is, you getting to it. I always encourage people when I used to organize with people. If you're gonna do your pantry, don't try to go in and get everything out and do it. Because if you're not that person, you're not gonna get it done. You're just not gonna get
Mm.
it done. It's just a fact. You're not gonna get it done.
And
You
you, a lot of us are not real cooks. You know what I mean? We
right.
don't really. We're just in there to sustain life.
Yes.
We're not. We are not there to become, master chefs or
Right.
anything like that. Especially now that the kids are gone.
Yes. Yes. I had a friend like that. Even if she had a kid, she's like, Karen, if you give me 30 to 40 minutes, I'm good. If I went beyond that, it ain't getting done.
Exactly.
She just used to be like, I'm not gonna do it. Kitchen wasn't she had a beautiful kitchen in her condo. But
And that's why it was beautiful because she didn't use it. It was strictly for viewing.
I loved her kitchen. And I would say to her, because I was new in Canada, I said, oh my God, I would cook up. She goes, ain't happening.
We're not trying to do all of that. I'm not anyway. Go ahead.
But it's just part of these things that really helps you once you form that habit. So if you tell somebody to pack their pantry and they're, as Terry just said, not a big cook, this is not a big priority for them. They're not going to do anything. They have to decide, if this was part of the process, they have to decide, I'm going to do a shelf, or I'm going to do this little tiny area. That's it. Nothing else. You can't do the whole pantry. They're not going to get it done.
It's too much. It's too much. But if we take it in chunks, is that what you're saying?
If you take it in chunks.
How can we get this? Okay, that's how we
get it done. Because any big job needs to really get to bite size.
Mm-hmm.
Every big job. My mom used to laugh at me when she first came, and she was kind of, what is this tremendous list? But the list is there because if it's an item that is really big, even for me, I will just break it down in steps. Like I'll say preparing dinner, and I'll literally put prep dinner. And so all the steps to prep the dinner. So
Yes.
all the steps to get the dinner cooked and then serve the dinner. And all the stuff would be written on the list so that each thing's get crossed off. It sounds crazy, but if you are trying to get through, because I teach a lot, I do a lot of my stuff the same way I'll teach it. Because I want to get the feel and see where the hardship is, what holding me back. I teach, I coach, but there's things that I struggle with, and I have to go in to see what the struggle is. Don't I want to do it? Why don't I want to do it? This thing is not bringing me enough money. Oh, this is why I'm not doing it. I'm not making enough money here. I don't want to waste my time over here. So this is why I don't want to tend to it. Oh, this is what's going on. I'm afraid of the results. This remind me of that results that wasn't good the last time. So I'm like etching away from it kind of thing, And
yes.
So I understand those feelings. So that's why when you form a habit and you stay focused and consistent, you get it done. The first time I heard it on TV, but I had a personal trainer for a year. And I said to her, I told her what time I want to get in. I said, girl, I get up early. If you can't meet me for 5, we're not going to do it. And she's like, Karen, thank you. And the third week, she said, I want to thank you because I was so falling behind in getting up early in the morning. But because I have to come in to the gym for you, I'm staying committed. She had her
Okay.
own commitment. So by she had to come, I was her first client of the day. And at 5, I mean, we're in there doing it for the hour. And and I said to her, so you probably just enjoy being here because I was struggling to get there, right? Even
Mm.
though I made the commitment. And she says, Karen, you understand it's because this is my job. I don't want to come either. Like
Mhm.
I'm a fitness trainer, but I want to do it whenever I want to do it. But whenever I want to do it wouldn't pay my bills. Whenever I want to do it wouldn't keep me fit enough to people hire me. So I do it.
Wow.
So
Okay.
when you see people looking buff and good, it's not like every day they get up and they're like, yes, I'm going to work out. No, they're struggling themselves in different areas.
Something, I don't think people even realize that we're all, challenged by different things.
Different things. We all are. So we talk about money. So let me just move it around to money. So same thing goes for money. If you are struggling to acquire money, magnetize it, meaning bringing it to you, and then when it comes, keeping it, you got to start to form habits. That's important. And those habits are, and Terralina know by this, keeping money first in your purse. Getting a jar, drop it in, call it money. I give a friend this the other day, I said, put your jar and put mindset and money jar. And not only money, because all the things you're feeling in your mind, when something come to you, just write it down and drop it also in the jar with the money. So it's not only the money. So because she has struggled with money so badly that she needed to have some reminder. So it's not only the money, and she needed to have the money in front of her, not hidden away. Because her thing was, if I had the money, I can keep the money. But I want her to have money visual and not touch it. Like it's okay to watch it and don't touch it. Like she couldn't even get to invest in it. She just needed to see money and know that it could be in her present. It's not about worshiping money. It's just seeing it. She had a problem with seeing money because it brought up so many different things for her.
Karen, there is so much going on in our little minds with our money that the whole thing of seeing it in there and being okay with it and not having to take it out and spend it right away, because we may have formed a habit where we would put the money in there to spend it.
Yes.
So every time we looked in there, it was either there temporarily in our mind, long enough for us to get to the place where we wanted to spend it, and then it was empty again.
Right.
That's a visual habit that tells us, boom, it's in here, but you don't live here.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But once you taught me to keep a certain amount of money in my wallet at all times, I formed the habit of being okay with money being in there that didn't have a destination away from me.
Exactly.
And as a result, more of their friends have come to live there and hang out with them.
Yes, they want to hang.
And I guess this is what people say, the law of attraction, like attracts like, but whatever the law is that's operating, it works. I don't know how it works.
It works. The problem with law of attraction with most people, they want to just sit down and think about it and have it appear. They don't understand that it's action. Anything our hearts desire, we ask the Lord for, you'll get it. But you can't lie in your bed and he dropped it in your lap. That's not how it works.
No, he does not
put in the work.
drop money off the air. He gives us ideas, witty ideas, suggestions, and then we have to go to work.
You have to go to work doing it.
Everything we set our hand to, he said, would be blessed.
Exactly. So you have to get in there and do it. You can't just want it to appear. And then they say, well, this person get up and say, but I never attract any money to me. That person didn't tell you all the other things that they get up and do after they decided, that this is what I want to do. They went to work with it. You got to get to work with it. So if you're doing this and you're attracting money now for 30 days, any gathering place, you want to gather money wherever you can get it, and you want to have it visual. And I said to her, when the 30 days is complete, to give yourself a winning shot, I want you to take 10% of it for yourself. You can do whatever you want, just 10%, not the whole thing, just 10%. Because if you went now and spend the whole thing, you'd be undoing the job we did by accumulating the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was her MO. You were hitting it on the nail. It comes in. Even if she was able to get a bit, she had to find something. Or the other thing she did, but she unconsciously was she would help a friend. She would give away the money to somebody who would be in need. And I said to her, somebody will always be in need. It didn't matter. Somebody will always be in need, and you will be just because you don't want to keep it, it's gonna find a place to go. So
Mm-hmm.
the needy will show up.
The needy and the greedy.
And the greedy will show up because when
Mm-hmm.
you keep giving somebody, then they don't have to do anything for it. Like you have to do. Like I remember a time helping somebody, and I said to them, "Listen, I'm gonna help you because I can see the need is here." I said to her, "But here, I know you don't ask my opinion, but here's the three things that I want you to do, and then here's the other two that you must do. And if you do them, you wouldn't be back in this space again." And she was
Mm-hmm.
happy to get it. She was agreeable, but in my heart, I know she wasn't going to do it.
Mm.
So of course, when trouble hit again, because she didn't do anything, she came back
Yes.
to the source.
If you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna keep getting what you're getting. Yeah.
So she came back to the source, and I said to her, I could, but I can't do it because I did tell you that this is a big chunk to be able to do for you, but I understood it was necessary. I just can't keep doing it because I'm not helping you. I said, if it was drugs, would I keep giving you drugs? Like, no. If you went to the doctor, you needed meds, he wouldn't keep giving you a prescription unless it's something that you need to stabilize. But he'll find ways because if you get a good doctor, even if you got high blood pressure, they'll say to you X, Y, and Z. My mom had a kidney specialist, and when she goes to see him, he'll say, "Listen, Doreen, this is the things I'm giving you this med, but I'm going to give you less." I went with her once. I remember him saying, "But if you do this and eat that and do that, then I don't know if I'm going to have to pull you off, but you might be using half of the amount because you." He was looking at giving her natural ways of helping her be better in
Mm-hmm.
what needs to happen. And those are good doctors, I find. Those are good specialists who's caring for more than just writing a prescription. He's looking at her as a whole. He made her bring in her other pressure pills to make sure it coordinate. He making sure that he's asking her how she's eating, that she knows da 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 da, all different things. He's caring for the whole. So I said this person says, if I keep giving you, you would never be able to be your best self because
Mm-hmm.
now you don't have to. But you're an adult, so you have to. When you're an adult, you have to. You just have to. There's no if or but. Now, that caused me to be called all sorts of names, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Wow. Yeah, they do get angry. People get angry when you stop paying their way. Sometimes they'll get angry while you're paying their way. I don't know what that's about, but
that's a whole nother story, girl.
that's a whole nother.
And I've experienced them all because it's the craziest, but I have. Yes,
It's like, are you serious? I'm writing a check for this, and you mad?
Yeah.
You gotta tell me how to write the check and when to write the check and why didn't I? No,
because it's usually not us; it's them at that time that is feeling really sad that they're not in the place where they want to be, but they don't have the vocabulary. They haven't appreciated that they could. It's not because they can. And I remember saying this to this person. It's not because you can. It's because you have been helped so much that you expect it. And on the surface, that's what shows up. But deep inside, every little part of you is dying step by step. Every time somebody's helping you, you're not acknowledging it, but every time. And I had said to this specific woman, I said, if you don't stop and take stock and stop blaming all the people who have brought you here, they're going to keep carrying you. And she said, what are you talking about? I said, you're doing it. You've been doing it. You constantly do it. And because I'm the kind of friend who actually tells you about it, I knew this lady with Carolina. I don't know how many friends, but at least I knew 10 people. And within a time span, people just start dropping like flies. And they're dropping because they don't want to deal with it rather than tell her. They didn't want to deal with it. They just left it alone. But your friend went and said, which cost. No, somebody needed to say. So I was the one who delivered the news, which was not received well.
Well, you know, sometimes chicken, sometimes fish. I don't know.
But today we're already talking about, habits are formed and not born. So any habit that you want to form, you can. And it's easy, or it feels easy to form the bad habits. That's what it is. It feels easy. It's not really easy, but it feels easier.
It's comfortable.
Yes, it's comfortable. It really is. The uncomfortable ones is what we don't want to do. And those are the ones going to benefit you anyway. Those are the ones going to get you to this next place. Those are the ones going to make you get to your heart's desire, forming really good habits. And part of forming those habits is money habits. Money, yes, that's the currency we have. Yes, that's what we need. Yes, you're going to hear leverage this and leverage that and leverage that. But the bottom line is still money. We could leverage a lot of things, but the bottom line, you still would need money to get
it. All right, guys, you heard it from Coach Karen. You need to form some different habits if you're not happy with what's happening with your money.
Yes, you do.
You want to know more about how to form those good habits, you need to contact Coach Karen. She is on Facebook and all the other platforms under Coach Karen. Am I correct?
Yes. Coach Karen.
So I'm going to find your banner again. Yes, there I go with these banners. Here I am. Okay, I'm getting better. Coach Karen, Profits In Daily. You can find
her. Let me just say, guys, Sterling has been at this. It started last year where she's been hosting the show on her own. She's been doing a fantastic job because she says I'm not techie. So I just want her to know I appreciate her coming here every week with us and doing her thing. Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
It's a good habit.
It's a habit now. I know where the buttons are. So we're doing better. And they keep asking, adding great features.
Yes. Yes.
And I appreciate you, Coach, because you are always here for us and you always have great information. So I want people to know if you're having challenges with your money, you really need to talk to Coach Karen in your business or in your personal life. And she runs a number of great workshops. So give her a call. She's over there in Toronto, Canada, but you can contact her on her Facebook page or direct message her on Instagram.
Yes,
she'll be glad to weigh in and help you. Because if you have your health and you still don't have your wealth, can you really enjoy your health, and vice versa?
Exactly.
We want to remind you that tomorrow we're going to be talking Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu. And on Friday, we're going to be talking tech in a way that we can all understand in non-techie talk, okay? So with that, we want to say, hey, guys, remember, go to the front of your own line and follow Coach Karen. Go to the front of your own line. And if you have not joined BizChix, you can text 33777. You can text Biz to that number, and you'll get a free PDF telling you about our standard operating procedures for BizChix. Also, we'd love to have you be a part of our community. All right, then. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, go to the front of your own line and have a great day. Bye-bye.